Lillard has been Rookie of the Year, All-NBA First Team, 4-time All-Star, but he has never been to the conference finals. Will the clock strike game time in Denver today? Plus, Nikola Jokic may not look like your NBA superstar, but he certainly plays like one. Nuggets haven't played for a title since they were in the ABA. It's Game 7, and this is NBA Countdown.
I'ma need that gold medal, matte black. On the wheel, hit them drums. Iris in a 6 with the wrist. About to switch, no assist, never miss with the drip. And I'm about to go in.
Lillard in rhythm. It's game time! Keeps it himself.
The Cabrera makes it as he's falling to the floor.
It's going to be one of the toughest games of our lives.
Somebody's got to go home. Somebody's got to go to Cabo or Cancun.
The only way it's going to happen is us going in there and taking it.
Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Straight Talk Wireless.
Happy Mother's Day, and welcome inside Studio H here in LA. I am Michelle Beadle, Chauncey Billups, a 4-1 guy in Game 7s.
It's decent.
That's something. Jalen Rose played in a legendary Game 7 against Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen was there.
Scottie Pippen was there. And whatever you have to say about this man to my right, Paul Pierce played in 10.
It's the truth.
Of them. Did you know that you don't have to play Game 7? You can finish before that? He played in 10 of them, and that's interesting to me. There are Game 7s today in both the East and the West, which is where we begin with the Trailblazers and the Nuggets. Damian Lillard and his thoughts on his first Game 7. That's our Straight Talk Soundbites.
Leave it all out there. You know, I feel like we've paid our dues. We've had some early success in the playoffs. We've had back-to-back years of being swept. You know, we felt what it feels like to be at the bottom and for everybody to talk bad about us. And we answered the call each time. You know, we find ourselves here right now. And I just feel like having to win a Game 7 on the road to get to the Western Conference Finals, I think this is the last hurdle for us to make. You know, it's like before you get to level up and have that breakthrough, it's always one more challenge that you got to fight through, and I feel like this is it.
All right, it's his first Game 7, Chauncey. What do the Trailblazers need to do to win this thing?
Well, you heard what Dame said. We have to leave it all out there, but it's from the neck up. It's not going to be a physical game. As far as you're not going to win it that way. You got to outsmart this team. And we're going to go to the tape. I'm going to show you a couple things that they need to do. Now, Dame, who's the point guard, needs to get the proper pieces in the pick and roll. Now, Gary Harris is guarding him right now, but he wants Jamal Murray to guard him. Does a good job of forcing the switch. And then when that happens, bring Joker into this pick and roll. Why? First of all, I want it way out here. Look how far this pick and roll is out. That's a lot of real estate for you to ask a big guy to try to guard one of the toughest covers in the game, Dame Lillard. So attack those two guys in the defense. But again, you need an X factor. You need a guy that's going to come to play other than CJ and Dame. Now, look how they're guarding Dame and CJ, face guarding both guys, which means they're going to attack Jamal Murray right here. And Rodney Hood, who's come up big, he's going to need a big performance. Look how easy this play was. They have to send some help. They can't just hide Jamal Murray on either Seth Curry or Rodney Hood. They got to attack that matchup. So if you're Dame Lillard and you're the Trailblazers, you say, okay, here's a couple things that we have to do. And like he said, we have to go take it.
Jalen, who do you think Trailblazers, their biggest advantage is what?
I affectionately call the Portland Trailblazers backcourt mama's boys. And since today's Mother's Day, that's
perfect.
Only apropos. Having Dame Lillard, because you just talked about it, Mr. Big Shot. Like, I remember on this show just last year, people assassinating his character because they got beat by Rajon Rondo and Drew Holiday. Okay, but the guy that's, as you mentioned, been Rookie of the Year, All-NBA, a pitchman for Hulu, a pitchman for Adidas. This dude got an album, okay? And he shot down Russell and Paul George and waved them bye-bye. He's their biggest advantage when times get tough.
What do you think the best matchup is, most important?
It has to be Damian Lillard, Jamal Murray. I mean, this is a moment that Damian Lillard has to seize. You know, I think we've underrated him throughout his career.
He's not underrated.
No, I mean, I think he's underrated. Even though he was first team All-NBA, boom, to be first or second team this year.
He's underappreciated.
I think so. Because he hasn't had a deep run in the playoffs.
There it is.
That's why.
This your time of the year, Truth. He got to do it in the playoffs.
This is what he has to do it. And pretty much Jamal Murray has kind of X'd him out. And what I'm saying by he's matched him. Yeah. So I thought this was a series that Lillard would pretty much dominate Jamal. Not to take anything away from him, but he has to totally outplay Jamal today for them to win.
I noticed you had Rodney Hood in the video as an X factor. Are you sticking with him?
Bees, I am sticking with Rodney Hood. He's had some pretty big games. He's averaging, I think, 16 for the series, but he had one night where he had 25. And like I said, they try to hide Jamal Murray, not letting him guard Dame, not letting him guard CJ, so they slide him down to maybe Rodney Hood. He has to take advantage. He's going to be the X factor for the Trailblazers.
We are going to get to the other side of things, as in the Nuggets, later on the show. But first, like coaches through LAX, these are the Lakers of our time. The soap opera continues. Woj first reported that Frank Vogel accepted a 3-year deal to be the Lakers' next head coach, decided to hire former Nets and Bucks head coach Jason Kidd as a prominent assistant. According to Woj, owner Jeannie Buss's decision was heavily influenced by both Lakers advisor Kurt Rambis and their former coach Phil Jackson. It just never ends, Jalen. This series of moves tells you what about this team?
Well, first of all, Frank Vogel is a respected coach in this league. And I know that it's probably not the big name splash hire that franchises like the Los Angeles Lakers and their fans are used to, but he's a really good coach. And Jason Kidd being on his staff does make the squad better. But the optics of this look unusual based on how it was done. It almost looks like, okay, management, we want to hire Frank Vogel, but we want to bring Jason Kidd in to keep LeBron James.
This whole thing stinks, man.
Correct.
Like there's nothing. This whole thing, I agree with you. Frank is a good coach. He's a good guy. My thing is, if Jason Kidd was the guy that they valued the most out of all the coaches, why not hire him? Why not hire him? And to me, it's like they're just going to gloss over these next 3 years of LeBron. Just gloss over them and say, okay, you ready, Jason? Take it over. LeBron's gone. Frank, you gone. All right, this is what we wanted the whole time. How do you do that when this guy committed to you these 4 years? This whole thing stinks.
You know what? Believe it or not, I feel bad for LeBron at this stage of his career to be going through this. You know, in Laker land, because you look at the organization, you look at organizations like Lakers, Celtics, first-class, first-flight organizations who brought in tons of Hall of Famers, top-flight free agents, and LeBron at this stage of his career going through management issues, coaches issues, when he's trying to add another championship to his resume. Not that he needs it, but he wants to go out the right way, and this is pitiful the way it is.
So both of you guys have been champions, okay? And you guys know players on the team come and go. Do you guys feel like LeBron had some influence on how this coaching?
Well, that's exactly where I was going. I want to know if LeBron ever stepped up for whoever he wanted, whether it was Jason, T. Lou, whoever. Did he ever step up and have a voice? Because when he committed to them, it's a two-way street. So they're committing to you as well. So I would like to know, because obviously I don't think he did, because things maybe would have been different.
They would have gave T. Lou 5 years.
Correct.
If LeBron stepped in. If that's the guy.
And I disagree. And I disagree if he didn't. I think that that's wrong.
Well, there it is. The Lakers got it in the show. Jamal Murray always getting in the zone, averaging a little over 24 points a game this postseason. That's how he gets there. I like it. The NBA's seen 133 Game 7s. Michael Wilbon seeing quite a